the Shared Belief Stakes.
Gojo One from the inside gate is very fast. Newgrange goes with him and High Connection between him. In fact, all five are lining up in a straight line here. Il Bellator in the green, and Armagnac has no alternative but to go 5 wide. Less than a length separating them. They head now to the 3/4 pole. Gojo One down on the inside leads it. High Connection keeps the pressure on second. Newgrange is now in third as they've sorted themselves out. Il Bellator in the green, only 3.5 off the leader. Armagnac at the back. They head to the half-mile pole and Gojo One down at the rail and High Connection. No breathers up here. They're keeping the pressure on one another. 2 lengths further back comes Newgrange, a comfortable third. Il Bellator in the green colours and Armagnac on the far side. These 3-4 lengths off the leader. They head towards the 3/8 pole and Gojo One the leader. High Connection second. Newgrange got a reminder to get going, is in the third spot at the rail, still being ridden along. Il Bellator is next and Armagnac is dropping back. Armagnac last 7 off the lead. Coming to the quarter pole is big long shot. Gojo One very valiant on the lead. High Connection though breathing down his neck in second, and these two have it to themselves. They're in their own private little match race here in the Shared Belief. Gojo One really extending himself. High Connection up alongside. They nose and nose. Jose Valdivia, Gojo One, Juan Hernandez and High Connection on the outside. Gojo One is outrunning him. Gojo One now High Connection coming back at him. Gojo One, High Connection, super close. Could go either way. Gojo One, High Connection. Newgrange was third.
What a finish in the Shared Belief. Gojo One looked like he had done everything to withhold the charge from High Connection, but in the end, the noses hit the wire. I think Juan Hernandez gets it. Let's take another look.
I felt like this race was in slow motion, watching these horses come down the stretch. I was like, when is the finish line? This stretch felt like the longest stretch run in the history of stretch runs. Okay, Gojo One on the inside, just hoping, praying that the finish line comes soon. But High Connection comes back with a second wind. There was some bumping going on down the stretch.
From that angle, it looked like good race riding. I think Jose Valdivia was trying to keep Gojo One intimidating High Connection and keep him from going by. But I don't know if it's going to matter. Inquiry. We've got a photo. They've hung the inquiry sign. Maybe it's more than just a little gamesmanship. This is going to be very interesting. Let's take a look at Shuttercam, see if we can't decipher the winner. I think High Connection goes by.
I think so too, but we'll take another look. Oh, that was a little too fast for my eyes.
Well, on that angle, it's the inside runner. On that angle, it's Gojo One. That's Gojo One. And the inquiry does involve the top 2 finishers. Hold all tickets, as Trevor Denman is announcing right now. But what drama in the first of 5 stakes races this afternoon. That was a great nose bob if the wire was 6 inches sooner. But you can see when they hit the mirror, it's Gojo One whose nose gets back in front.
He got down by a whisker in the end. And you're right, Mike, it was all about the momentum. It was all about who had their head down at the right time. And Gojo One, the #1 horse, might have gotten it. But look at this head-on replay. And we mentioned that there is some bumping coming down the stretch, but who is at fault here? Both of these horses are kind of exchanging bumps going back and forth. You can see Gojo One, the 1 horse, maybe leaning a little bit more on the 2, but I would say they both met each other and were kind of bumping race riding coming down the stretch.
I mean, there's contact there, and the Gojo One is leaning out. The margin is so narrow that by the rules of California racing, it doesn't cost the horse a placing. How can you say it doesn't cost the horse a placing when they're nose bobbing to the wire? I would hate for them to take Gojo One down because Jose Valdivia rode a great race. Gojo One ran a great race. And I think he was best today, but High Connection gets the nose down. Let's go to Scott.
Paula Capestro, you've got to be so proud of the gameness from Gojo One. Did you expect this kind of performance from him here today?
I didn't know what to expect. I mean, it's a huge step up. And I knew he was training well. I knew he was healthy. I knew he would fight. I knew he would try. So
now he's got to survive this inquiry. Have you seen the head-on, and what do you see from your looks at this head-on and this back look at the top of the stretch?
Well, I don't see enough to disqualify the horse. I mean, the guy's hitting right-handed. We're just sort of bumping and rubbing a little bit. That's it. So I don't see anything enough to take us down.
Congratulations either way on a phenomenal effort from Gojo 1.
Well, thank you very much. So proud of him.
I mean, half the grandstand needs this to be a DQ.
Yeah.
Because it's a 21-to-1 shot who gets the nose in front, and then it's the 4-to-5 favorite, a whisker behind. So the nose bob goes to Gojo 1. I think we've established that with Shuttercam. I wouldn't make a change here. I think Paula Capestro's right. I think it's just a little bumping and rubbing, and I think it's racing. Rubbing is racing. Rubbing is racing, right? Or is that just a line
agree.
from that movie
Honestly,
with Tom Cruise?
I think they were both just race riding coming down the stretch and trying to intimidate the other horse. It was a very close finish in the end, but these horses both exchanged bumps. I think it looks a little worse because the one is leaning, but he didn't really go out any path. He pretty much maintained the same course.
The drone's showing you that. You use the lines on the tracker from the Harrows. The two's maintained a reasonably straight course there.
Right.
Or the one, I should say, has maintained a reasonably straight course. I vote no change. You vote no change.
I vote no change. I agree with what Paula
Grant Baker, Louis Horigi, Kim Sawyer, they're the stewards. They've got to make the call.
But the extra layer to this is how close of a finish it was.
Right, and the rule in California, did it cost? You have to establish, one, was Gojo 1 at fault, and two, did it cost high connection of placing? I say no to 1 and yes to 2, but if it's not his fault, then you don't take it down. Could it cost high connection of placing? Possibly, because it was so close.
Ladies and gentlemen, the stewards have ruled that there will be no change to the original order of finish.
Thank you, Trevor.
It will remain 1, 2, 3, 4.
I think it's the right call, and it's going to be an unpopular call because the 4-to-5 favorite was the horse that the most people bet on. But what a moment for Paula Capestro and Jose Valdivia. I mean, just a tremendous victory here. The shared belief stakes, they had to take on 2 Baffords and a Phil D'Amato monster that was once a Baffert.
And another layer to this, we're full of layers. This race finished 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Hey!